Jon Voight, you've never kept your politics quiet. You used to be a liberal, a loud, active liberal. Before I get to how you became a conservative, how did you come to liberalism?
Think of the mantra of the 60s for the young people, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. What a recipe for chaos, you know. I know what the battle is. The battle has been raging, and it's reemerged in this century in full force, and that's what we're dealing with right now.
You supported Donald Trump early, Jon Voight.
Yep.
You said there's two reasons. One, you liked the fact that he had clarity and he fought.
And I saw what Donald Trump was pointing to, and the courage, maybe not courage, just clarity. This immigration situation, which had to be addressed, and it wasn't addressed for years. And by the way, all this tumult that they're trying to create, if you listen to Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, they said the same things about immigration. They're trying to make him a racist for saying the exact same things, right? But the difference with Donald Trump and those folks, he's going to do something about it. All these things, they made sense to me, do you know what I'm saying? And the more he talked, the more I saw what was going on. He was happy in a battle. If somebody came at him, he was happy to respond in kind. It took no energy from him. And we had seen, you know, we had seen the attacks against George Bush, Mitt Romney, Sarah Palin, all of these lies and slanders that covered them and defeated them in the end.
What do you make of the virulence of the attacks against him? Is this the old left that you left in the media now? And
well, it certainly is the left doing it. And the virulence is because he's effective. That's what the virulence comes from. He's actually doing what he said he would do. It's an amazing thing in itself, isn't it? But he's actually accomplishing, returning to our basic principles of government that were given to us by those guys on the wall there, right? He's accomplishing it, and they're in disarray. He's one by one picking out the stuff the weeds, and they are the weeds. And so this is their dying breath. They have to stop him somehow. So you see these very extraordinary things that they come up with. That's what they do. They're conjuring lies and slanders against this man trying to destroy this presidency. It's that simple.
When you talk to me like this, and it's going to be seen all over the country, including way back in Hollywood, do people come up to you and say, Jon, what's going on? Jon, you're going to hurt your career. Or is it, we expect this from Jon Voight. It's well known now that he's an outspoken patriot, conservative.
Yeah. Well, you get a little of everything, of course. You also get guys that come up to you and say, hey, Johnny, great, keep going, will you?
Other actors?
Yes, other actors, you know, people in the business. Yeah. I get a lot of support from people I appreciate, who I respect. So it's not all one way. And also, you know, I like my peers. I like them. We're in the same industry. I understand them.
But do they like you?
Well, it's not so important to me. You see what I mean? But there's enough people around who are of a conservative nature. But Hollywood has been infiltrated. Why? Because they're important. That's why the left is focused on Hollywood. That's why they're focused on our universities. And that's why, you know, and if you can look at that subculture of the left, they know exactly what they're doing. You know, they've organized, you know, and been very effective. So we have a big job on our hands because our children are not being raised to appreciate our the greatness of our country, the greatness of our founding, you know, principles. I met someone on the plane flying to make this appointment with you. A friend of mine is conservative, a woman, actress, very good one. And I said, so what do you think about our man? And she just did this. She couldn't even speak. She was just saying, thank God. And I say, thank God. That's one of the things that we've lost, is this compass of God. We have, what did Karl Marx come up with? He eliminated God from the picture. So we can do it without this. Mm-hmm. Not these boys, not our guys. There's wonderful things happening every day. Thanks in great part to this president that we have, who is very specifically talented for this time and all of the dangers that exist in the world and in our country, that he's able to face, get up in the morning, fresh, go through a day, 15 hours later, just as fresh, having mud sling at him, you know, all these lies and slanders that he deals with, doesn't affect him. Water off a duck's back, and he keeps going. And he has around him a legion of very talented people. If you look at the Republican Party and then and the conservative world, and you look at the Democrat Party, there is no comparison. The Democrats they're bereft of talent. They don't have talented leadership. There are no statesmen in the Democratic world. But in the Republican world, in the conservative world, there are many brothers that you have, like yourself, who are of stature, who are primed with specific gifts to answer today's challenge, who are giving us information every day. And I can give you 50 people, I'll bet, that I have met personally, you know, and I can go through a long list, and you can give me another 50, and the people on your show. All of these people are of very high stature, so we have hope.
Let me just say this. It's been a great pleasure. I've known you over the years to have this discussion with you. I want to thank you for coming in, Jon Voight.
Great to be with you.
God bless you. See you next time on Life, Liberty, and Levin.